everyone, welcome back to another Yoga with Emma at home practice here on our on-demand platform. It's lovely to have you. Today we're going to be focusing on the upper body, more specifically the arms, the sides of the body, the backs of the shoulders, and building some strength through some little exercises we can incorporate into our yoga practice to develop more strength, more stability, especially if we want to be practicing some more advanced postures such as arm balances, some inversions. It really comes from the upper body and the strength we have throughout our shoulders and our backs. So we're going to practice some little things to get us moving in that direction. So always pause if you need to, take a break, just rest at any point. This is the perfect way to practice at home, taking those lovely pauses. You might need a strap or a block or something to prop yourself up if you need to, and just an open mind and a willingness to learn. So let's get through it. We're going to start standing and we're just going to move through a quick warm up, just a quick round of sun salutations, just to get the body feeling a bit heated, especially if we're just coming to practice. So coming to the top of the mat, just bring your feet back hip width apart. Inhale, reach the arms up, big stretch. Exhale, bend at the knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, release. Step the right foot back, drop the knee down, untuck the toes, and inhale, lift up. Just a little lunge here. Reach the arms away. Exhale, pull the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles down. Open the chest, press into the front big foot, and then release the hands. Step back to plank, and you can lower to the knees. Shift through, press up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, press up all fours, and then lift up, downward facing dog. Come onto the toes, bend the knees, lengthen out through the spine. Press away with the armpits. Exhale. And then step the right leg forward, drop the left knee. Inhale, arms up, lunge. Great job. And this time pull the elbows down, pulling the hands backwards in space, lifting the chest. Nice. And then frame the foot again. Step back to plank. This time hold plank here. And then pressing forwards and backwards. So we're going to start building some strength now. So we're going to focus on pressing away with the shoulders. So notice if you're sinking here, can we press away? So we're focusing on this part of the body. Really spread the hands. If this is too much, come down to the knees and really work on pressing away here. Holding. Maybe just shift a little bit side to side. And then just drop the knees. Come sit back on the heels and just give the wrists a little massage. And we're going to come back to plank, and this is where we're going to start some of our exercises that you can build into your sun salutations, or if you move through kind of forward fold to plank to up dog, then downward facing dog, you can kind of hold and plank a little bit more and bring some of these little fun exercises into it. So coming back through to all fours, press away with the shoulders again, step one foot back and then the other, coming up to plank. Notice how my hips aren't high, my hips aren't low and sinking, I'm pressing away with the shoulders. Imagine someone's lifting you up from the shoulder blades. And we're going to shift a little bit side to side. Lovely. And then we're going to shift over to the right hand, and we're going to stack one foot in front of the other. And then we're going to bring the hand to the hip, side plank here. Lovely. You can stack the foot if you want, or you can bring the one foot in front. Up to you. If you want to, you can drop the right knee down, coming into a supported side plank. You can still work on pushing away with the shoulders, but we want to be pushing up and out with the hips. Lovely. Hold here. And then bring yourself back through. Take a little rest on the knees if you want to, but if not, shift over to the left Either stack the foot or one in front of the other. You can drop the left knee down, point out with the the right toes, right hand on the hip. Or again, really pressing away. Use this part of the body. Press away with the hand, lift up from the side body, engage the shoulder blades together, and then lower back down. And then shifting to the knees, draw the elbows in, and then we're going to press up. Lovely. So we're doing low supported press up. So we're on the knees, and then we're going to tuck the elbows in, lower, press back up. Lower, press back up. One more time, lower, press back up. And this time lower all the way to the belly. Take the hands a little bit wider and then press yourself all the way up to a cobra. Exhale, release. Hands under the shoulders as we press up to all fours. And just take a little rest in child's pose. Arms out long or to the backs of the heels. Just soften here. And then bringing yourself back through, coming to all fours. So again, press away with the shoulders, nice strong back, engage the upper back, and then again step back to plank. And then draw the left knee into the elbow, press it back. Right knee in, press it back. Left knee in, press it back. Right knee in, press it back. You can do this on all fours. Left knee in, right knee in. One more on each side, left knee, right knee. And then just sit back, take another little stretch of the wrists. So you can bring the wrists in, giving it a little squeeze. So again, these are just little things you can add in. We call them kind of kramas, vinyasa kramas. And you don't have to make your whole practice like this, but you can just add these little strengthening elements to just build a bit more on top of what you're doing. So coming back to all fours, we're going to come down onto the forearms now. So knees are under the hips and elbows are under the shoulders. So this might be enough for you here. This might be really strong. Maybe we come to plank by stepping one leg out and then the other. Make sure the hips aren't high, lower them down a little bit, press away. So we're focusing on this part of the shoulders again. Pressing away using the lats and the scapula. My gaze is down. I'm pressing out through my heels, strong here. If I want to go a little bit further, I might start to lift my hips and walk my feet in. Little bend in the knees, coming into dolphin. My gaze is still down. This can be tricky on the neck. So you might just want to drop the knees, take a rest, and then lift back up. And then wherever we are, whether we're in dolphin, plank, or all fours, we're going to start shifting forward and then pushing back. Shifting forward, pushing back. And you might feel these muscles already switching on. If we're in plank, we shift and then push back. If we're in dolphin, we're shifting onto the toes and then pressing back. Shifting forward, so I'm driving the weight into my forearms. I was pushing away with my shoulders. At any point, just take a little rest. Give yourself a break and then come back into it. So that's a really nice way to build strength through the forearms, up through the sides of the muscles and into these muscles here. And we're going to do a little exercise so you can feel them. You can feel those muscles switching on. So bringing the arms up high, you can sit back on the heels if that feels good. And we're going to practice drawing the arms down and then lifting up. So I'll show you from the front and then the back. So the arms are up, and we're going to bring, without bending the elbows, we're just going to sit the shoulders down in the back. So we go down, up, down, up, down, up. And we're engaging the scapular muscle here. So if we do it from the side, up, down, up, down, up, down. And from the back, hopefully you can see, up, down, up, down. It might help to squeeze your fists. Imagine you're holding on to something. And down. And then just release the hands. Give the shoulders a little shake. And we're going to come back onto our forearms in a little bit. And we're going to practice that dolphin one more time. So that's really great for headstand prep. Building strength through the forearms. Because the idea in headstand is we're not putting pressure on the neck, but pressing out from the forearms and engaging these back muscles here. So coming back to all fours, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Bring the elbows down. And then again, you might be here, you might be shifting the weight forward and back. Maybe you're in plank, shifting the weight forward. Or maybe you're in dolphin, again, shifting forward and back, forward and back. So wherever you are, bring yourself to plank. And then just bring your right arm in a little bit. We're going to shift over to a side forearm plank. Again, feet in one front of the other or stacked. Or again, if you need to, you can just drop a shin down. Or you can place a hand in front. But the idea is we're pressing away using the upper back and shoulder. Pressing away, look, wobbles and all. And then we shift over, back onto the left forearm, shifting over to the left. Bring your left arm in a bit to the center, and we shift over. Hand on the hip, again lifting up and pressing away. Brilliant. And then exhale, come back, drop the knees, sit back in child's pose. I'm getting puffed, just like you. So just coming through to all fours, tuck the toes, lift up downward facing dog. Lovely. Think about this as a strengthening posture. So press out of the hands, lengthen out of the armpits, engage the shoulders across the back as we bend the knees, lift the hips. This is a real strengthening posture. Look through to the back of the legs. And then we're going to walk, shift our way up to the front. Exhale, release. And then we're going to come inhale all the way up. Big, big stretch. Exhale, bring the hands down through center. Just take a pause here before we make our way all the way back down. Lovely. Inhale, reach up. We're going to move through a little flow. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. This time step the left leg back. Drop the leg down. Bring the left hand to the ground. Inhale, twist. Maybe reach back behind you. And then come forward. Step back to plank. Hold here. Again, drop to the knees if you need to, or elbows into the side. Lower, press up. If you're on the knees, lower, press up. One more, lower, press up, and then drop the knees, lower all the way to the belly. Take the fingers wide if you need to. Inhale, come up to cobra. Exhale, lower. And then we're going to shift up, coming onto the heels. Good job, amazing. So, we're going to come to some seated strengthening exercises now that again you can stop the video, you can take a pause, go get some water, and then we'll come back to it. So we're really building that strength, getting really strong, doing amazing. I know it can feel really, just straighten the mat out, there we go. So, taking the legs out long, just going to do a nice forward fold. Just really passive, release the neck. And then we're going to come back through. Lovely. So taking the feet to the ground, we're going to come to a reverse tabletop. Bring the hands down. And then inhale, lift up, press away, squeeze the glutes, press into the foot. Exhale, lower. This time take the legs out long, keep the hands behind you. Either lift the chest, reverse plank, or lift the hips, reverse plank, or come back to feet on the ground, lifting to reverse tabletop. And then lower. Just take a little twist. Side. And then just rest in staff. Close the eyes. Again, just taking the hands behind you, stretching the legs out long. Engage, lift the chest, press into the hands, engage the upper back. This might be enough for you here, or maybe you lift the hips, point the toes. Again, reverse plank, or maybe you come to reverse tabletop if that feels better. Holding here, and then we're going to drop down wherever we are. Just give ourselves a hug through our knees. So we're going to move through some strengthening arm exercises now, and through the sides of the back and the shoulders. So bringing the legs out long, taking the hands behind you, and then bringing the feet back. We're going to lift up to reverse tabletop. Just make sure your hands are wide enough that we're then going to pull our hips through our hands. So I'll show you and then join in when you feel ready. So inhale, press into the feet, lift up, reverse tabletop. And as we exhale, come onto the heels as we draw ourselves back, press away with our hands. Inhale to come through, lift. Exhale, come through, lift the hips off onto the heels, press away, use the upper back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, use the exhale. Exhale, one more. Inhale. Exhale, pull through, and then press, 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 and then lower. Just take a little shake. Now, this can be quite hard for some people, pressing and lifting up. They find they don't have the space between their hands and the floors. What you can do, and this is where the block comes in handy, you press a block on either side and bring your hand on the block, and you press yourself up there. And that way you've then already got that lift up through the hands. So that's a really nice addition. Lovely. And then just pressing into the hands, lift up through staff, engage the belly to the spine, lift the chin. Lovely. We're going to do one more exercise now called Lalasana, and it's called Pendulum. And we're going to come back up onto the knees. So sitting back on the heels, again, you might want to place a block under each hand to lift you up. So just see where it takes you and listen to your body. So bringing the hands down by the sides of the knees, just a little bit further in. Inhale, engage the shoulders by drawing them down and together. So imagine you're drawing the shoulders down through your back and then squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then press away, pushing the shoulder blades away from each other as we did in that all fours position. And we're going to press into the hands. We're going to lift the knees off, drawing them as high as we can. Press, 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 press. And then lower down. Inhale, and then exhale, press, press, press. And then exhale, lower. And the idea is we maybe lift our toes off. I'm still working on that, so it's good to practice. But again, we're just building that strength in the wrists, up through the arms, into the shoulders. We're going to do that one more time. Press the hands down, engage the upper back, press away, press, press, press. Lift the knees up, and then lower. Lovely. Just give the wrists a little roll. Lovely. A nice one is to come up into a squat, taking your legs wide, putting your hands and hook them into the crease of your knees, and then sit back on your forearms, and this squeezes the wrists out. This is a lovely compression for the wrists, especially if we've been on them a lot as we have. You can rock a little bit, squeeze the fists, open them, and then lift the hips, let the arms be heavy, give them a shake, give the shoulders a shake. Oh, let it all go. Shaking all the way up. Give the arms a swing. Nice. And then working our way all the way back down. Just bringing your hands, fingers facing in, come onto the tops. Just give the wrists a little stretch. Hopefully you can see. Just rock forwards and backwards. Nice. And we're just going to do, we've already worked on it already in some of my other videos, but we're just going to do a little bit of shoulder mobility, just again to release any tension. And again, it really opens up the shoulder blades, the sides of the shoulders underneath the armpits. So taking a scarf or a strap, just hold the strap in your wrists just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. We're going to lift them all the way up, pull them back, pull the strap away from each other, and then bring it all the way down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, pull it down. 3 more times. Inhale. And then exhale, lower. Inhale. And then exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale. And then exhale, lower. Lovely. Just give the shoulders a little roll. And there we have it. Just a short little kind of tutorial video for you today, just to really focus on the upper body. And you can practice these exercises as much as you want, incorporate them into your flows, your sun salutations, and just, yeah, have a little play, see what happens, and just notice the differences, especially when it comes to our inversions or arm balances, if that's your jam. Thank you for practicing with me as always. Please check out the other videos. It's lovely to have you on this platform and this journey. Take care everybody, and I'll see you again next time in one of my videos.